The first prosthetic devices were not really precise. They were using a harness system attached to your shoulder with a system of gears to open and close. By moving your shoulder, you could open the end, and by releasing it, the end closed. But it was the only move that you could make with this type of mechanical prosthesis. Nowadays, there are new prostheses that are way better, but also way more expensive. They are called myoelectric prostheses. To move, they use motors and batteries that are inside the arm. You have to put sensors on your residual limb that detects and interprets the contraction of your muscles. Each muscle contraction generates a slight tension on your skin, and the sensors capture this tension and amplify it to action the motors of the prosthesis, and make it move like the user intended. You can move not only the hands, but also fingers alone, the wrist or the elbow. Sometimes, when you are amputated at the shoulder level or above the elbow, you have to do targeted muscle reinnervation surgery, shortened TMR surgery. This consists of reassigning nerves that once controlled the hand or arm muscle on the chest or the residual limb. This can also be done to make the control over the prosthesis more intuitive. The main advantages of this type of prosthesis are the access to effortless strength, the possibility to do a lot of different movements, and with TMR surgery to do more fluid movements by moving different joints at the same time. But there are also some drawbacks. To begin, some old models are not waterproof. Also, the electrodes on the surface of the skin can slide around and can be disturbed by electromagnetic interference caused by electronic devices like tools or computers. Another problem is that in order to wear the prosthesis, you have to put on a socket with the metal rods that connect to the new arm. But this socket has to be very tight to stay in place, and this can be uncomfortable because of the feeling of compression over the residual limb. Moreover, to use this type of prosthesis properly, you need to do between 6 and 12 months of rehabilitation. And finally, the most obvious one is the cost. Expect to pay at least 10,000 euros for the most basic and more than 100,000 euros for the best ones. A question you could ask is how to improve the myoelectric prosthesis. And here comes Professor Max Ortiz-Catalan to answer it. Max Ortiz-Catalan is an Ukrainian engineer in the prosthetic domain, and he is currently testing his new prototype of myoelectric prosthesis with game-changing upgrades. First, he solves the compression problem by implanting a titanium rod inside the bones of the residual limb. Then he also solves the electrodes problem by implanting them directly inside the arm, so now they can't slide around and can't be disturbed by interference. To make the movements more precise, this prosthesis has two solutions. The first one is an operation similar to TMR, where you reassign nerves to the biceps to make it contract when you want to move part of your missing limb. The second one is an AI trained previously by yourself that helps understanding and interpreting the signal to make the artificial arm move the most accurately possible. He also makes a technology that treats the phantom limb pain problem. This problem is caused by the brain getting confused because he doesn't receive signals of your missing limb. So he thinks that the limb is frozen or twisted. Max Ortiz-Catalan developed a treatment coupled with virtual augmented reality that makes the patients engage the same neural resources that were used before to make a virtual limb move. And this helped them reduce their pain. The last but most groundbreaking innovation is that with this prosthetic, people can now recover the feeling of touch. There are sensors in the fingertips of the prosthesis that activate a neurosimulator which deliver an electrical signals in the corresponding nerves and make the brain interpret it as coming from the bionic hand. These signals are not as precise as those from a real hand, but this is still extremely useful.
The accessibility of mechanical arm prosthesis is a crucial issue. Despite technological advancements, the high cost of these devices remains a major barrier for many people. Myoelectric and bionic prostheses, although highly functional, can cost tens of thousands of euros, making them inaccessible to many. This financial burden often means that only those with substantial insurance coverage or personal wealth can afford these advanced prostheses. Bulkiness is another important aspect to consider. Prosthesis needs to be lightweight and comfortable for daily use. Traditional prostheses were often heavy and cumbersome, making them difficult to use for extended periods. However, advances in materials such as the use of lightweight and durable composites as carbon fiber or titanium have helped reduce the weight of prostheses. These materials not only make the prosthesis lighter, but also more durable, ensuring they can withstand the rigors of daily use. The adaptation of prosthesis is also essential, because each person has specific needs and a prosthesis must be customized to meet these needs. Traditional methods of fitting prostheses involve multiple visits to a prosthesis for measurements and adjustments. However, modern technologies such as 3D scanning allow for the creation of tailor-made prostheses adapted to the unique morphology of each person. This not only improves the fit and comfort of the prosthesis, but also reduces the time and effort required for adjustment. Additionally, modern prostheses are often modular, allowing them to be easily adjusted according to the user's daily activities. For example, some prostheses come with interchangeable components that can be swapped out depending on the task at hand, to do like the sports or whatever they need. This modularity ensures that the prosthesis can be adapted to a wide range of activities.